You are trying to fly to Melbourne, the same short hop you have done for years. Gold Coast to Melbourne, 2 hours in a metal tube with a lukewarm biscuit. And the cheapest seat has quietly sailed past $400. You try a different date, in case Tuesday is feeling generous. You try the other airline. It barely blinks. So here is the question the booking screen will not answer for you. Why has a quick flight across your own country become the most expensive part of the trip? Start with who is actually selling you that ticket. The Australian Competition and Consumer Commission, a body with a name longer than most of the flights it monitors, has tracked airfares ever since the airline Rex left the big city routes in mid-2024. Rex had been competing on 11 of the 23 routes between our major cities. When it left, something clicked into place. The regulator found that no domestic route is now served by more than 2 major airline groups. 2. That is the whole menu. The Qantas Group and Virgin Australia between them carry more than 9 in 10 domestic passengers. With Rex gone, the seats between cities fell by 6%, the surviving planes got fuller, and the average fare on those routes rose by about 13% within months. On the run between the Gold Coast and Melbourne, the cheapest fare the regulator tracked leapt by 70% to $432. Now, you would assume a leap like that means costs went up. Pricier fuel, higher wages, a sudden global shortage of the little tongs they use for the ice. Here is where the regulator's own figures get quietly hilarious. Over that same year, the price of jet fuel fell by more than 40%, and domestic fares did not so much as glance in its direction. Stranger still, the report noted that flying overseas from Australia was getting cheaper at the same time. So the cost of leaving the country dropped, while the cost of crossing it stayed cheerfully put. That gap is not about the price of flying a plane. It is about how many airlines are left to sell you the seat. So follow the money and ask who actually benefits. The ACCC put it plainly. With less competition, it said, there is less incentive for airlines to offer you a cheaper fare. When 2 groups carry more than 9 in 10 passengers, neither one is in a tearing hurry to blink first, and launching a new airline to challenge them is spectacularly hard. It points to long waits for new aircraft and shortages of pilots and engineers, warning it could be years before a fresh airline can seriously compete. Rex gave it a real go, lasted on those city routes for roughly the lifespan of a gym membership, then backed out of 11 of them. The people who do best out of a near-empty runway are not the passengers. They are the 2 carriers still standing, who do not have to try quite so hard for your money. And for you, sitting here on the Gold Coast, this is not some far-off policy squabble. This is a tourist town that lives on people flying in and out, tied to a network shaped by 2 companies and whatever a regulator can gently talk them into. So the next time a short domestic fare makes your eyes water at the kitchen bench, you will know the real culprit. It is not the distance. It is not the fuel, which, as we have established, is practically apologizing. It is how few airlines are left for you to choose from. And the thing that reliably drags that number back down is not a cheeky sale next Tuesday. It is a third airline stubborn enough and lucky enough to survive long enough to matter.